Clara arrived at the coast just before dawn, clutching a dead smartphone in one hand and a suitcase full of clothes she would never wear on a beach. She had driven 6 hours from the city, through tunnels of gray highway and rain, without once looking at the sky. Now, standing at the edge of a remote shoreline she had found on an old paper map, because her phone's GPS had given up 2 towns ago, she held the device above her head, searching for a signal. There was none. She tried 3 more spots along the wet sand. Nothing. In a motion that surprised even her, she hurled the phone into a dune. It landed softly, uselessly, in the dry grass above the tide line. Then she sat down hard, hugging her knees, and waited for the world to stop spinning. The ocean did not wait for her. It rolled in, wave after wave, indifferent to her breakdown. The sound was enormous, not loud in the way of sirens or shouting, but deep, like the planet breathing. Clara had spent the last 3 years of her life managing noise. Emails, meetings, hospital beeps, the hum of a refrigerator in an empty apartment she could no longer afford. But this noise was different. This noise asked nothing of her. A wave reached her shoes. She scrambled backward, then felt foolish. She had come here to escape. That was the word she had used when she booked the rental car at 2 a.m., after the 3rd whiskey and the final email from her boss. The one that said, "We're letting you go," in the same cheerful font the company used for birthday announcements. She had come to escape her mother's empty hospital bed, the creditors, the pitying faces of friends who had stopped calling. But standing here with salt spray on her face, she realized you cannot escape something that lives inside you. You can only carry it to the shore and see if the water will take it. Further down the beach, she noticed an old wooden boat pulled onto the sand. Beside it sat a man, 60 maybe older, mending a fishing net with fingers that moved slowly but never paused. He did not look up when she approached. "Is there a town nearby?" Clara asked. "Somewhere with a phone?" The man kept working. "The tide doesn't care about phones." She blinked. "Excuse me." He looked up then, and she saw that his eyes were the color of the sea on a cloudy day, gray-green, calm, unimpressed. "You walked past the last village 2 miles ago," he said. "The next one is 6 miles that way." He pointed toward a headland of sharp black rocks. "But the rocks will cut your feet before noon." Clara looked down. She had left her shoes in the car. She sat down a few yards from him, suddenly exhausted beyond words. "I need to fix things," she said finally. "Fix them from here." "I can't. I don't even have a signal." The man, later she would learn his name was Elias, nodded toward the ocean. "That's the signal," he said. He stood up, leaving his net on the sand, and walked toward the water. Clara followed, not knowing why. The waves broke around their ankles. Elias didn't flinch when a larger one soaked the hem of his trousers. "You see how it comes in," he said. "It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't apologize for what it washes away. It simply arrives." "That's chaos," Clara said. "That's not how life works." Elias laughed, a soft, sad sound. "You think you've been living? You've been managing, budgeting your breath, scheduling your grief." He turned to look at her. "You threw a perfectly good phone into my beach. That's not the act of someone who's present. That's the act of someone running." Clara opened her mouth to argue, but no words came. Because he was right. She had been running for 11 months, since her mother's first stroke, since the company started its layoffs, since she stopped returning calls from friends who still had hope. She had been running so long that standing still felt like drowning. "Then what do I do?" she whispered. "The moment you stop fighting the tide," Elias said, "you stop drowning." A wave rolled in, stronger than the others. Clara started to step back, but Elias caught her arm. Gently, not restraining, just steadying. "Stay," he said. "Breathe." The water covered her calves. It was cold, shockingly cold. And for a moment panic rose in her throat. But she stayed. She breathed. And after 10 seconds, the wave retreated. She was still standing. Again, Elias said. The next wave is already on its way. They stood like that through the rising tide, saying nothing. By the time the sun had fully cleared the horizon, Clara's legs were numb and her face was wet. From spray or tears, she no longer knew the difference. Then the storm came. It arrived fast, the way summer storms do on this coast. The sky turning from gold to gray to almost black in the space of 20 minutes. Elias pulled his boat higher onto the sand, and Clara helped him, her arms burning, rain already soaking through her jacket. They took shelter in a small cave in the cliff face, sitting in near darkness as thunder cracked overhead. "I'm afraid," Clara admitted, her voice swallowed by the wind. "Good," Elias said. "Fear is a wave too. It comes. It goes. But if you try to build walls against it, it will break you." She closed her eyes. The thunder cracked again. She flinched, then forced herself to stay still. "I'm afraid I failed my mother," she said. "I'm afraid I'm too late for everything. I'm afraid that if I stop running, I'll find out there's nothing left." Elias said nothing. He just sat with her, letting the storm speak for him. And slowly, like the rain softening outside, her shoulders dropped. The fear didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling her. When the storm passed, they walked back to the water's edge. The sea was calm now, glassy, almost peaceful. Elias pointed to the horizon. "Every wave is new," he said. "Even when it looks the same as the last one, it's not. The water has traveled thousands of miles to touch your feet at this exact second. Then it leaves. It never comes back as the same wave." He turned to face her. "That's living in the present. Not planning for the wave after next. Not mourning the wave that already broke. Just standing here right now with your feet in the water that is here." Clara looked down. A small wave covered her toes, then retreated. "It's cold," she said softly. "Yes. And it's beautiful." Elias nodded. "Now you see." Before she left, Clara picked up a smooth stone from the shore and tucked it into her pocket. Elias was loading his boat with nets and a small catch. He didn't ask if she would return. "I don't know how to be this person," she said. "The one who just stands still." "You don't have to know," he replied. "You just have to try. One breath at a time. One wave at a time." Clara walked the 6 miles back over the rocks. She walked slowly, feeling every stone beneath her bare feet. She stopped twice, once to watch a pair of seabirds circle above the water, once to close her eyes and listen to the tide. She still had no phone signal. She still had no job. Her mother was still gone, and her apartment was still too expensive, and her friends were still far away. But for the first time in 11 months, she was not running. She was standing still in the cold, beautiful present, one wave at a time.